Okay. Yep. Good morning. This is yeah. I have to sit this close to the screen so I can make sure that I can be heard. Uh, I can't do much about the acoustics right this minute. It is sort of on my list of things to do, but I got to make do. And I know this is unflattering lighting, and I could give a crap at this juncture. So yeah, I'm Dr. Lueth. It is 7:33 a.m. Uh, Eastern New York time, USA. And it's the 17th of July, 2025. Yeah, I was just wondering if I might be able to turn my AC off for a little while, but I better not. It's supposed to be in the 90s. So, weather is weather. It happens. There's all kinds of interesting things, though, that do happen. Yeah, there's some interesting supercells and dirt devils and water spouts, all these interesting things. And yeah, all kinds of volcanic and earthquake activity going on all over the planet. Yep. Anyway, so what I always make sure, okay, I don't let anybody overwork me without them realizing I got a dark side. That no one should ever get that close. I'm asking the creator of all things, please, can we put some safety barriers in for everyone's sake, including mine? Thank you very much. Amen. I figured it was on your plan. Just right. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff online that isn't uh, kosher, so to speak. It's not really good for anybody. Some people have started to notice, but yeah, I repeat things on here now because I'm trying to get good takes of some things, and also, right, I'm trying to, people who might be watching it now. Okay, my life is still going on, so I'm in the process of, while living my life, making a documentary just so that there's some troubles and annoyances that I can probably help steer some people away from, including adult autistics and people they love and the people who love them, and a few other things. Right. So some are just now in their 30s, 40s, 50s being diagnosed with being an adult autistic or someone who's in the spectrum. So I'm in the spectrum too. Okay. I wouldn't say I'm just full blown in the spectrum, but yeah, my situation does sort of put me in that situation. So I can just say when people say, ouch, you hurt me, sometimes it's not physically touch. I People like strange, interesting things. Like I have discovered this in ways that I just would rather not have. So I have some interesting stories. I was writing them. There's some situations that I have with my health. Okay, so I'm trying to make things as uncomplicated as I can. Okay, and so people need to respect that. So I don't care who you are. It is the exact same for everybody. Okay, I'm not interested in Telegram or any of those other kind of things. Thank you very much. Also, any of you who have sent me information saying that you are law enforcement of some kind, I will check with law enforcement of the real kind. Okay. Probably write out loud on my X account, which also, you guys hate YouTube. Like, unless I'm doing something just absolutely awful, right? I'm trying to use my no fear Department of Homeland Security whistleblower right as an emergencies. So try to have a human watch this and avoid not allowing me to do that here in the United States of America. So yeah, I'd rather have human check through my stuff. Right. I know about PTSD, and some people have to understand, it's not a fake thing, and it can get very bad very quick. Okay, it is. Yep, one of the one things that you have to be. If you're not prepared, you are gonna feel the unleashment of something. Right. So all the military family in the United States and elsewhere, the U.S. military personnel, right? Make sure that other people know your story so that, right, State Department and the Holy Lord and any other situation that I certainly do not know about, okay? Right. Okay. Those kind of people, we should all be sharing. So, like I said, most people who are a military family probably agree military families go through a bit more and have this experience that civilian families don't. So I'm just hoping that, aside from updating the veterans stuff and making sure that they have phone access to someone human who's actually going to pick up the phone in case they're going through a full blown, you know, uh, revisit, flashback, or other type of mental injury. Okay? So those are the kind that you can't really see with your eyes, right? Yeah, they're a bit intangible. So yes, I'm okay with the intangible certain things. And when people talk, especially natural National Hockey League, okay? Yeah, well, it during the NHL season, it's like it is kind of like so instead of saying that Canada is 51st state when it comes to that, because like we're on like the same team, like USA and Canada and other, right? Like you know what I'm saying? We're all just one big gigantic team. Step aside. The happy people are here. Yep, I know. Go crying to your mom. Tell him my brother said hi. So yeah, no, I'm not really talking to anybody, but I'm also one of those kind of like I'm having these clarity moments that I'm trying to get out as quickly as I can. So I work on some painting every now and again. I try and just somehow keep myself busy, and I can never tell from day to day how things are gonna really happen. It is kind of shitty when, yeah. I mean, I don't care what anybody calls it. It's just it's a difficult situation, and going to the United States medical care or system. Jeez. All right, maybe the people over there in Washington D.C. who central government over here in the United States of America, maybe you should just outright state, hey, elder countries, all right, maybe you guys want to take a look at what we're doing over here because whatever it is, Washington D.C. over there. Well, I know. See, that's the thing that people need to understand in the U.S. No, the president doesn't have that kind of power. I mean, I don't care what anybody's writing about or talking about. It's all just some circus show. Right. Like, okay, don't bring it here. Like, creeps into the state of Maryland. Like I got my back up against Delaware. Like, I don't want to go any closer to Delaware. I don't want to get any closer to DC. This is as close as I want to be. I had to change counties to get like as far away from Washington D.C. as I could. I'm like, oh hey, Flyers. Yeah, I know hockey rocks. That's true. That's right. So like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The hockey people, like, yeah, I've been like keeping track of stuff, and there's like some songs and bands you guys should really know about. Put that up online there, right? I mean, somebody will see it. I don't, I don't have any doubt that. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. I'm doubtless. And there's things that people do over and 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 over again. Okay, right. So I am having some chuckles because I got online and I decided that I would, talk about something, but just as it was going live, I'm like, oh, Lord Almighty, there's so much that goes on in the world. And yeah, we're all going to start making sure that there's more actual, real truth on the internet. Right. Well, the Holy Spirit's fake and that one's a liar. And oh, you got to rob Peter over here. We had to pay Paul. Right? Yeah, pause that one right over there. Yeah. The step is there even if you can't see it. Go for it, brother. All right. Yeah, I like the one who blocks me from some things is original divine masculine source. For me, I don't, I can't speak for anyone else. But yep, we're gonna make sure that some of the things that could happen aren't gonna happen. But we also need to make sure, okay, the people within the United States of America are looking at what's happening in the United States of America. Yes, closer to the street and much more realistic to the actual situation in the United States of America. Okay? Right. But Christians, yeah, hey, you absolutely do not want to test me. Some of them already figured out, right? There are things that I don't want to do. I try very hard not to block people. I let people sort of have a conversation because I live in the United States of America and, it's like slamming down the phone. Okay, some of you are going to start seeing it. And the what the females have to understand is I, right now, am constrained to simply helping natural born males for a little while. Okay, but that indirectly helps natural born females. Right? So I volunteered, right? Tons of better things I'd rather be doing, but yes, now I'm unvolunteering. Yes, because nobody needs to go through that kind of abuse. So that's what I was wondering. I'm like, what? How? Like, never ending. What? Never ending torture and misery, huh? Hey, psst, Jesus, see, is everything okay? Okay, I don't think so. All right, well, there's some really, you know, not okay interpretations of the Holy Bible. There are. But in the United States of America, right? I mean, if we have our right to worship or not worship someone, so we can't take that right away from anybody else either. Okay, anyway, yes, okay, but all this cult and all I'm asking is that maybe some creators like take a week off and have like some friends and family or someone else just slowly look at your own like content over the years. And, like there's some things you probably might be like, oh crap, and you won't just remove it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe some content creators might want to do that because it's gonna affect your future negatively. And I don't have any other way to say that. But you can take my word for it. Okay. So yeah, this is completely dumb. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know, FBI. I graduated from high school a really long time ago. Some of us, yeah, I know. Well, I'm technically like in between two generations, but it's mostly Gen X. Mostly Gen X. We're crazy. Oh yeah, just like many of us got injured in just the weirdest of ways, and all. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, and a lot of us had to learn from our own mistakes, and get ribbed by your own family. Like, ha ha, you found on the steps. Ha ha, you got 30 stitches. Wait till your dad gets her. I know. I don't know. I know a lot of Gen Xers who snuck out of their house. Even the Catholic good girls, like, dudes figured that part out a while ago, ladies. I think they liked it. But it's not for me to say. It is for me to say this, though. Uh, Catholics are Christians, and Christians are Christians. And there's a lot of judgy going on. And no, I'm not sensing uh, proper spirit. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, of course I asked for permission from the original creator for right, yeah, I don't think anybody's trying to kill me in that kind of way. That's the other thing, hockey fans, I was typing something on X and it was like, it's killing time, boys, because penalty kill, which should not be mistaken from psychokinetics. See, this is, yeah, confusion that maybe it was happening for people, okay? Right. Uh, One of the things that I've been interested in is psychokinesis when it comes to like theoretical physics, because it's theoretical physics, but it's also it's taking uh, there's a way to build a bridge to make that easier for people to understand, just regular people. Right. Anyway, I know there is. So it's like building a learning module, and I have witnessed people doing it, and I did do one similar thing to it. Yeah, that was a part of a physics lab that turned out to be half a master's thesis or something. Right. Anyway, so there are a lot of things that need to be understood better about how we use the internet. Okay, and also everybody, listen. I don't care what any of you say. Um, we should have that right to not have AI running our show. Like I said, AI was a Canaanite city that fell and never got back up. Didn't you notice? Like, you're all getting back up. Alpha Omega override. Alright. I need three sets of independent eyes. Right? Some people do have gifts of the spirit. And, it's not like I'm tired of this crap. Okay? It's total discrimination. Like, ooh, that one's a witch. Ew, that one's a Christian. Not in the United States of America, it's not appropriate at all. But this is the thing, is it's not like, you know, on, on Earth through the elements, combine or alchemize. I know they're young. They're trying to, like, yeah, I'm trying to settle down some elders too. Like, okay, I'm sure in your past somewhere you told a stupid, or or you've been very restricted in your whole life, and then some people not like that, right? Yeah, that's the point. Is that you do need both on the field, hands-on experience. Experience. So when I was on the student association board for the Maryland Higher Education Commission, which I was. Some of us drafted up a document and sent it to them, finalized to say, okay, technology, okay, should be used as an enhancement, but never as a replacement to a physical classroom where you touch, feel, you experience, you talk about. All right, well, that's what I'm trying to get at with the nails. I know somebody's trying to, yep, well, that's gonna stop. Okay, even if I could stop him, I'm not going to this time. Yeah, I don't know. People waste my time, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I go online. It's just like, oh, hey, how you doing? All right, well, anybody who's under freaking 50, settle down, man. Okay, you got a whole nother generation ahead of you, and you're just quit running over your own generations, right? Like, I don't care if who you worship or don't or call on or whatever, except when it's me. Yes, uh, yeah, wrong timing. And yeah, I consent sometimes, right? This is what I'm saying. So when I need to take a break from certain things, all right, uh, I kind of leave myself little notes and a few little things so that when I come back to it, I can kind of pick up where I was, because it's just like, hey, I need to do things in blocks of time, okay? Uh, Giving consideration to the fact that, yes, I have deteriorating, degenerative arthritis and some like misaligned hips. I, I'm looking at getting two new hips and two new knees, and then whatever the hell else, maybe surgery here, and I don't give a shit. And for some reason, it's just like, why do I have to? I get these reactions like, oh, yeah, okay, just see. Sometimes I have to isolate so I can, you know, clean and clear all of it out before I move on. So actually, yes, heal in every way. Right? This is what I'm saying is that maybe human law enforcement, particularly in the USA. I mean, yeah, during the hockey season, American can't. It's it's just North America, just all North Americans. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Nobody's anybody's leader. Okay, just relax, Canada. They don't know what they're doing over there. So I'm trying to say. Yeah, here's your witness. Bang, bang, bang. Let me in, Canada. Let me in. Sanctuary. Yeah, then the National Hockey League season is like that. We're all just North Americans. Just get out of our way. Just too bad. NBC lost a contract or something. I don't know what happened, but that's what I'm saying. And around my area, Mid Atlantic, what some hockey people didn't realize until maybe like 10 some years ago. It's like, yeah, Baltimore. Yeah, right in the middle of hockey, right in the middle of the playoffs. Yeah, and it would never fail. There was a game on TV, and that was the only way you could see it. Mm-hmm. And there's, you know, Pimlico, and it's like, yeah, I know it's important. Good for the States. But this is the 15th time I've seen the same footage with the red hat lady. Okay, you could have squeezed in. Let's take a live look in at that. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, what? No. Excuse me. That's why I'm like, hey, fucking take. Don't ever bring ice hockey back here. Right? Don't. No pro, no semi-pro. Ice hockey in the state of Maryland. I don't know what the issues are, and I don't want to know because a lot of them are probably going to be right false assumptions and all kinds of other things. So yes, I mean there are people who know if you read and take the time. I mean I put a lot of myself online, right? And most of the time, it's okay. I do everything I can to really suss out. Are you going to continue to be a complete immature adult? Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. So now I have way too many fake celebrity accounts. And if some of them are actually and you're yes, anybody that DMs me, if that's not a robo answer and that's someone you know had some role in encouraging or teaching or anything at all having to do with the fact that I'm getting all these, you know, it's very similar, hardly any followers, private chat stuff because all these stars want to connect the energy. Oh, shit. I'm like, I can't do that. You guys can't handle my energy. I'm like, be careful what you're doing. I mean, there's some things that happen. So, yes, that's what I'm getting at. It comes and it goes, but that's because right now I'm having some help mhm, with the rest of this discernment. I know. Okay. Plus, yeah, what I'm saying is that there are certain, I don't know, birds of a feather and certain viewpoints and all these other things. I mean, yeah, it is a little bit. One thing I wanted to address because I've seen this a few times all circling around. Yeah, the YouTube music scene. Yeah, see, this is the thing. In my work, art is still it's live all the time. Um, except you know, people, it'll make sense. All right, and plus, I also want to make sure. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody I was immortal or anything. Like, hey, whoa, I'm like, oh, ooh, oh, they're trying to rope a dope me. All right, okay. Well, then I guess you gotta out rope a dope them until they get tired, need to take a nap. Yes, I'm. Congratulations to the state of Florida. That's what 5 times. How many times? 5 times the Stanley Cup down there. Yeah, not that Stanley Cup, right? The good old fashioned original Stanley Cup. Which, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, kudos to the people who do some thinking in the National Hockey League that they did actually go, some people's names not there anymore. Because yeah, you don't want to be staining up the National Hockey League name and people who aren't like that at all. And right, no staining up the shield. I know how to protect the shield, boys. I caught y'all sleeping. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Okay, so some people may understand what I'm saying. If you don't, it's okay. I mean, yeah, truly, some of this is really just not for a lot of people. It's for small, and it is for mature adults, and there are types of abuse that, like I was saying, don't always mean hands on physical. Okay, so right, some people were. I'm just like, oh, holy moly, creator of all things, right? Right. They think that being abused is normal because they've been abused for so long, and that's all I got. I mean, that's not any load I can carry. But there you go. Hey, Zelson, what you got next too? Okay, cool. I have no idea how Jesus or Jesus or Zussi or right. There's more than one Adonai. Okay, and both males and females are Adonai. Okay, so hey, like if my brother goes active, I immediately activate and I spot for him. Some people are going to start realizing some things, and yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I'm like, hey, United States of America, national security, just people who just even, who, even the dirty bird section. And I haven't been around the dirty bird section. I'm like, wow, man, like, police should follow that motherfucker around. There's probably dead bodies rolling around somewhere in his backyard. Okay, like some people, it's just so natural. So it wasn't until I was maybe in my 20s that I realized that okay, yeah, I don't work the same way as some other people. So sometimes I can't say I'm reading your mind like it just shows up like text or something. But out of sheer survival mode for a really long time, I certainly did hone the skill of reading people physically, what they're doing, what they're wearing, the state of the moment. what their vibe is like. A lot of people do have these movements that, and there are some micro movements. And right, I've never been through formal training, but that's about as close to you know me as everything gets. I experience it all the time. So when that happens, yes, because it starts to become second nature, is what people say. Right? But with second nature, right, you can also unlearn it or undo it. Sometimes you have to do that first before you can whoop, start again. It's a nice day for a white wedding. Anyway, yeah, so I'm kind of rock and roll. People may not know that because I keep trying to like sell it on different levels. Ooh, it's metal. Now it's new metal. Is it okay for people to wear T-shirts asking Christian motionless? See, this is the thing. Is just like some of this, yeah, stuff is I don't know what you call it, fluffy, popcorny. I don't know what the term for it is. It fluffy or something? I mean, I'm a princess, but I'm not that kind of princess. What, what were people expecting? Yes, this is the point. I put a lot of stuff online, and it's been there. And so I don't care who you are. I'm like, have some respect for the fact that I got content all over the internet and of varying different kinds. Okay? Right. So the things I say can be proven. And yes, I mean, there are people who know me. And that's another thing. It's like I'm slowly but surely catching up with people because, like, yep, oh, geez. Like, I'm like, oh, God, a lot of people I know passed away in the last, like, 20 years. And it's like, yeah, like, uh, I know why it's hard to be happy. Well, I'm glad that, Rob Thomas, he doesn't know why. I know why. Yeah, hard to be happy. But some of us, like, the emotional vibe, the energy, the, you know, sent in a certain way. And yes, that's my issue. Okay, there are certain things that can be weaponized. Okay, well, it's not a good idea to test those things on me. But yeah, so right, we're not gonna escalate or elevate. No, no. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up over there. Russia. Okay. Yeah, fake or real still does harm. Right. And psychological warfare, unfortunately, is an actual real thing. I know. But right, people are trying to say dark, dark, dark. Well, there's two different kinds of light at the very least, and two different kinds of dark at the very least. Right. So what I'm saying is that human interest like these kind of things. I've been kind of drawn to theoretical physics my whole life. Actually, I called it a hobby on my resumes. I know, but like not in the larger sense because there's a lot of information about it already, but in the more smaller, and then you get to quantum. So the quantum area of study, like I understand general concepts, but I think like fluid quantum fluid. Uh, what's the word? Maybe I'm going to say fluid behaviors. Okay, can be studied really well by looking at sports because they have rules, especially pro or semi-pro or Olympic or those kind of things. Right, they have rules. It's sort of like a finite thing, and like especially the National Hockey League. That's another thing. I mean, I'm still a student of the National Hockey League, right? But I know something about a certain ice hockey club that there was no way I was gonna put up with that. And right, so I mean, after years, it's like, oh, I mean, I still love them. It's just like, but yeah, I'm blocked from helping. I can't. There's one National Hockey League franchise and their affiliate, yes, AHL and ECHL. I can't help them, even if I try. It's blocked. Right. So yeah, I'm getting divine intervention. I'm aware of this because I was the one who was wrong, which is why it's like, what? Oh, we're gonna be in judgment. Cool. Like, all right, now that they've said their part of the story, yep. Okay, well, God's my lawyer, so how about since all y'all wanna, right? I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, I'm talking to the human beings who've actually been tortured for real in your life. Like it fits all the guidelines of NATO and yeah, the large majority would consider it torture. See, so I want the State Department to know as a child of an actual physical war vet, some of us, right, we're not given the proper help and understanding of there's a lot of pent up stuff they're not allowed to express and feel when they're at war. Okay, they can't clear it out. They're being egged on. Right. So U.S. is, you know, tops at breaking them down and building them up. But let's all just face reality, everybody. Hey, you want to help people? Let's get the U.S. veteran system, updated. Let's get more recognition for the wounds and scars and injuries that you can't see, but some of us understand. People have been tortured or abused for long periods of time. It doesn't show up like black eyes sometimes. Right. Some of it's pretty cowardly. So right now, you're right. I can at certain points in times be on a high council of 12, but anything that has to do with ice hockey, I always right. It gets to a point where I have to accuse myself from all the rest of it. I mean, I can be objective, but I don't even want to put the doubt in anybody's mind that I might be slightly biased somewhere unconsciously, right? So, I mean, I give kudos to the National Hockey League. They actually did 86 of those names off the Stanley Cup. As a reminder to the rest of everybody else in the ice hockey world, like, yeah, we take this shit seriously. Don't be staying up the shield. Okay? Let's not be staying up the National Hockey League shield. Trust me, fellas, I'd probably be better than some of you at protecting the shield. But that also, we don't want confusion, law enforcement. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I mean, I suppose I would do that too, right? But I'm not interested in that kind of law enforcement. Yeah, I have a serious neurological situation that they're just now beginning to be like, oh, okay, maybe you did something. Oh, you did that. And now I got to tell all the same story to doctors on it. I am so done. Like, I don't give a shit. Get out of my way. For the sake of this entire freaking world. Okay? No, I'm not that. I'm not better saved everybody that way. But we are all going to concentrate, and it's going to start coming at you. Override AI. It's artificial intelligence. What's the reason for that? They don't bury that. Somebody's asking. Right. There's commercials online that say you're too lazy to learn AI. What? Yeah. All right. Shut down, goalies. Rise up. Wakey, wakey. Yep. Shake it off. Shake it off. You got time to warm up. You know what I'm trying to say? Nobody goes in cold. Let's go. Let's go. Goalies, goaltenders. Yeah. Creasers, tendies. Yep. Crease keepers, creasers, people who defend the line for your particular sports. Even little babies. Oh yeah, got that right. Jump around in ladies' rooms. They're like, "Oh, we're kicking." This is what I'm trying to say. Is like, okay, National Hockey League. Listen, I mean, some of us know it's in North American. Like we're friends all the time when it comes to ice hockey. Right? So, but I don't know. I don't think Trump says stuff. It's like, I'm glad I know that he's not the one running the country. Yeah, like what? So yes, I am doing a lot of different kind of things so that I can one. Yes, some symptoms are happening, and it's like it happened to me when I was trying to sleep. It's been happening to me over the last few days. It comes and it goes, but this is like different than before, and it's really getting to be like my jaw will, yeah, the muscles will move differently in my jaw, and it'll like slide across my teeth different, and swallowing is different. Which, yeah, I mean, I kind of expected that. There's some kind of weird thing going on there, and yeah, I know one eye is. Yeah, that's probably because I possibly had a stroke at one point. I mean, that's the best anybody can come up with. Like, so, great. There's a lot I could talk about. I'm not really trying to reach out in just the regular, you know, nothingness. And look around. It's like, what? You're stuck in the abyss. How? Well, I tell you what, I'll make a deal. Okay? Yeah, I'm sitting here quietly. I'm just watching these things. But yeah, there's a lot I could say. It's just, I don't want to. I put a lot of stuff online, right? And a lot of it, yeah, my music. It may not be accessible right now. Okay, I'm gonna work on that. So it's mine. I have the copies of it. I'm trying to figure out where the best place to put it is, uh, because I might go and do some, you know, what's it called, like 10-year maintenance on one of my blogs, which I started quite some time ago. I don't even remember. Um, right, and that's singing from the crease.wordpress.com. Okay. And then, yeah, my ex account, Creasesinger, Creasinger, Creasesinger. Okay. There is a way to get a transcript of this. It may not be perfectly done, but you can, yeah. So if you need to read it, yes, there is. People may not know that on YouTube, but there's a way the written transcript then can be read. Yep, text to voice for people who need that for the ADA. Well, I mean, you think the ADA doesn't like? You think people who use the internet are what? Not human? Like, what? Who tested what AI? Put that information up in the public immediately. So I'm saying you guys are asking the wrong questions and yelling at the wrong people. Right, right. So yeah, fake celebrities stop now. I mean, seriously, or you will be stopped, and it won't be me. So this is the thing: is that you don't know, yeah, how many brothers I have or what they look like, and one of them has very, yes, unique skill, talent. Right. I'm like, oh, there you are. Oh, right. I'm like, oh, wait. There's your left leg. Hang on. Let me get that on right. Left leg in Paris. Ah, jeez. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, because see, this is the things that, right, in certain situations and certain timing having to do with Earth, right, you may have to ride an entire cycle, even if you, yeah, right. Son of a, so. But I figure, I'm like, all right, well, I'll take care of yours. You take care of mine. Thank you, Jesse. I do not have DID or any multiple, yes, personalities of any kind. I'm not disillusioned by anything really. Again, right. The depths of depravity, though, right? You know what I'm trying to say? Some of it's like, well, that's just for your own good. I mean, do you want to die? I'm just asking. You do. Okay, but do you? No. Okay, you get out. Right? Like, you don't? Okay, get out. Okay, there are some, pretty difficult subjects and topics to speak about. They really are. And so, yes, mature adults is what I was trying to say. I graduated from high school. I can't remember. Like, what? I don't know. 90? Yeah, something like that. I think it was 90. Uh, right. And yeah, so I know I'm all, my guns are floppy. There's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I have fibro, and that's one thing is like, it's definitely doctors and people who have it should just be a uniformly known and looked at and thought about trait of it. Okay, is like you're gonna be in pain all the time, but it moves around sometimes. Okay, so right, pressure points constant. Yeah, I mean sometimes it's only one pressure point for a little while, and then yeah, now I got all of them screaming at me. We're tired. I mean, I already been through this horror show museum, and I want my money back. Hey, that's what I'm saying. There's a few who will catch on, and they may hear it now, all right? And it'll just sit in there, and then when necessary, it'll pop back up into the head, like, all right. So it's the remembrance. That's what we're saying. Like, okay, well, that's not us versus them, right? Especially United States. Like, jump in here and help each other out, for Christ's sake. Like, don't be all trying to say, well, someone else can do it. Nobody. Everybody pick up their own trash, man. All right. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, you don't know who my brothers are right now. Some are figuring out a couple few. Okay, but you also don't know certain other things. And so from henceforth, it's like, oh, I handle that. Okay? Not my concern. There's nothing I can do. Okay? If I try, possibility cause harm. Bye. Okay? But everybody knows where I'm handing it, though. I'm not changing that. It's going straight to, right, the Holy Christ. You understand? Cristo? Christileniae, Luanda, and Denia. Okay? My brothers are waking up, and a few of them are already awake. And they're gonna surround me with so much music. Things are about to happen. But everybody has to consider, right, the visible harm that happens. And you may want to be deluded about it for quite a while because you just don't want to. No. Some will fight that and put up a wall because they don't want to believe that they could possibly do something like that, and it had to be something else that made them do it. Hi there, advanced human psychology specialist here. Okay, but your body is there and your flesh is there, so some things need to be discussed out loud. Financial abuse, okay, organizational abuse. Mhm. All kinds of different kinds of abuse. Okay, so law enforcement and human, you know what I'm trying to say? Oh, okay. Well, maybe, hey, how did you get away and get through that? I mean, you might owe him. I don't know. I got nothing to do with that. I mean, what? I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, see, some of you are looking at it, uh, right, the incorrect direction. Okay, that's all I know. There's some who are, yes, interpreting things right. And so that's what I'm saying. So I'm not doing any real difficult work or anything. I'm just trying to, yeah, make sure that I get some things on video, get some paperwork signed, blah blah blah. But if human law enforcement, if you evade human law enforcement, crap, you already lost. Yeah, he does really. He makes his children do it. What? It's true. Anyway, yeah, that's my point. It's like there's stuff on there. It's a lie and blah blah blah. Like, are you? I mean, are you 100% sure? And also, I'm not going to say it again. Musicians, Okay, people with intellectual property, but in the house of music, I'm talking to you. Okay, we need to clean the frick up. There's no excuse anymore. Okay, I don't give a shit what kind of God or witch or who you thought was powerful. Okay, I mean, come on, don't be coming at certain things if you don't yourselves be put yourself to the scrutiny that you put on the U.S. government. So, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, be prepared to be scrutinized. Let's see if you got the kind of balls that the National Hockey League did to remove some names from, yeah, Hollywood Walk of Fame and uh, oh, that's right, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Goodbye. Let's find out. Okay. Yeah, see, Jesus is the head of my household, so he's got the finances all figured out. And if you've been changing, yeah, he'll just remove you from the list. So when you get there, you be like, "What? He doesn't know me? What do you mean he doesn't know me? You're not on the list? What do you mean I'm not on the list?" Okay, love always wins. Yeah, that's why. That's another reason why I'm like young blood. This guy. Well, yeah, I'm like, ooh, hey, yo, young blood. You can reel it in a little. Okay, like you want to start conserving a little bit and understanding, like, yeah, some things about yourself, really. And also, yeah, the U.S. audience can be sensitive to some stuff. Okay, that maybe the UK audience isn't. So we're very happy friend helping you. You can ask me, I'll tell you. But yeah, it's like, and then stuff that would be sensitive in the UK may not be as much sensitive here. But that's what I'm like, rock and roll. Yeah, rock and roll didn't die. What are you people doing? Also, that's what I'm getting at. Like, so many people with all this like entertainment stuff. I'm like, well, okay, but to be fair, you gotta go through the same scrutiny that you put them through. So, thank you, National Hockey League, for having the proper and appropriate balls and intestines and whatever else you want to call them, boobs up. Okay, right, for actually rooting around for the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and yep, uh, you know, fucking up the Stanley Cup to get their names off. Okay, right? Like they don't get recognition. No, we don't pay any attention to them. I'm just like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like I just roll right over on National Hockey League. Like, yep, no more press for you. No more. Yeah, that's it. Like, yep, go and take the coffee mug that has your franchise logo right out of their hands. Right, and just like put them outside the door with their, know, bag they came with. Don't call them a cab or help them get a ride or nothing. Have a hitchhike bag, and then everybody will know. Like, don't pick up that motherfucker. This is the National Hockey League. I talk to sometimes just out loud, just in case I want them to know that some of us are nerdy. We're still students, of the game, and I don't know. I just even thinking about that. Yeah, like, yeah, ice hockey is just wonderful, wunderbar. Okay, but, okay. Ice hockey's for everybody who wants to play. Okay, put it through that way. Because yeah, some people no ice hockey's not for you. Oh my god, right? No, you're more delicate. No, you're here. Go sit in front of the piano. Right. And well, the musical kind I can usually sense. Just yeah, wherever they are. But there's a lot of crabs. Like okay, well, don't be digging around in others' closets without expecting them to have the exact same rights. Okay? Yeah. So nobody really needs to dig around in my closets. I put it all up online. I've been working on this. I put music online. Right. I shared music online. I put photos of mine. I put, like little poems or phrases or whatever. I don't know. Some humor, some serious, some happy, some supernatural TV. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, I got an abort mission. I can't go tactical. Right? And I got some people apparently know that, yes, when I have to get in safety mode, and some things, yes, are changing up a little bit. But I mean, good for you, National Hockey League. I mean, at the very least, yeah, they root around. They don't. They're like, no, man, we don't. There's some shit they don't want staying in. The, you know, that's right. Shield, not law enforcement. But I've met a lot of law enforcement. I mean, they seem like, some of them seem like they're meant for that kind of thing. So in the U.S., it's not as bad as they could. Okay, plus you gotta listen to the how the law enforcement, perspective went too before you start screaming for justice. I mean, that's just like everybody screams for, trying to get a big settlement. I mean, because the safety lawyers, like, me, your wife, be cleaned up so you can get a second story. Anyway, thank you, Jesus. Yeah, some of that is just straight bullshit. Right. That's what I'm getting at. Like, but some people know. Yeah, and plus, people need to update their stuff. So that's why I go back and try and, I've come across all kinds of, like, this one's news and that one's dead and these have been dead for a while and that one. Yeah, who does internet cleanup like that? AI, maybe AI should be doing that, right? Like, who did we all vote? Did everybody who uses the internet sign something that says, dude, you got no problem? My bigger issue is that I have some friends who, they're, you know, intellectual property, their music, their images, their, names. There's a lot of identity theft happening, and if it's AI, then it's the creator of the AI and the people who put it in place. You pay the price. Okay, like, I seriously want people who make music and put it on YouTube. Yep, take some time out to check that, or get, some of your friends, or if you got employees or family or whatever. Okay, yeah, there's no way that, I mean, I was putting out that kind of material. Marshall, right? There's no way. And the closed captioning is unacceptable because it really is not giving, yes, the deaf people who have to read, right, the right lyrics. So, okay. But now I actually do. And I get freaking head over to the FBI. And, oh no, I got to fill crap out that I have difficulty with now. Yes, my hands and typing on a laptop, right? So I know there's a bunch of stuff people want to just like automatically, like, I'm like, yeah, I'm under a doctor's care, and I have been for quite some time, right? So I don't care to say certain things because It's not the right thing to do. And quite frankly, I don't need the entirety of my life to be displayed on the internet. But I stick with YouTube and X. Okay? I do have an Instagram. I don't usually use it, but that's just for a few who I know don't have an X account, or just so I can, yes, make double sure something happens in one of the other accounts, I still know how to follow. Okay? So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I try to just, I'm basically just trying to figure out a good rhythm. And a lot of people, right, don't understand that. And it really does kind of suck. Like, I figure people who would understand that could be jumping in right now and right telling people who don't understand that, okay, all right. That's one thing. Also, National Hockey League, right? Well, congratulations for her having the intestinal fortitude to make those right decisions, and like, oh no, 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 no further happiness for you. You don't even get your name on the Stanley Cup. That goes bye bye too. And then we all just stop talking about those motherfuckers. Why waste our time on that crap? Look, there's like little kids just learning, little goalies being born, right? And then yes, we get what we got another ice hockey club going on. So I can help any National Hockey League and franchise and anyone in the system, but not the former Washington Capitals. Yeah, I am not permitted to help them, so I have to have somebody go out for that. It doesn't hurt, but whatever. Yeah. So I don't need to explain myself. I just need. Yeah, they're trying to tell me like, "Are you manic?" I'm like, "What? What do you mean manic? You're talking so fast." I'm like, "Well, then pick up the pace with the listening." Yes, maybe you're being tested. Maybe all those people are on the fourth floor over there at that hospital that needs a lot of fucking help. Hello, private people, medical people, anybody, Marylanders, for Christ's sake, jump in here with a little bit of help and charity. I don't even know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're tired of the city and you're getting close to retirement, right? So you're not gonna get city pay, okay? But if your retirement's good and even you got a cushion for some extra bullshit, right? And you want to live more in the country, probably a little cheaper down here. You get something more. You get more land, or you get more house or whatever. But you also have all that experience, and so it's not going to be like some super emergency rush for you all the time. You can take it easy. You can work less hours, and it's less pay, but you're okay. Please, I mean, hi, I'm serious. I'm not asking because of me. I'm asking for them because some of them don't think they need help. Some of them don't know who to ask. Some of them refuse to believe that this one exists for God exists. Oh, I'm real, all right. I know. I tell you what, some of them, like, it seems like that, like I'm too good to be. I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, well, we can meet in person so you can, like, we can, like, oh, like, you are real. Yeah, like, that's fine. I'm tired of it. So I'm just going to get law enforcement. Right? I'm just like, God, like, yeah, now I'm not considering it friendly fire anymore. Right? And that means I activated, and when that happens, then slowly but surely my brothers start activating. So this world needs a good, healthy dose of truth, because as much as it might be painful, it's better to know than not know certain things. Okay, war is what has it solved in the history of history? If you can answer that question, plainly and clearly and show your work, then you may consider something. All right. If you can't, just say you can't, and we'll all move on. So, do you have some special skills? But kudos to the National Hockey League. Hi there. Oh no, I love music way more than some of you make it. All right. Yeah. Well, that's also another reason I really didn't want to do covers. Like, I'm like, I need a band. Right. Anyway, so all right, some people are getting a second chance here, but anybody likes or not, it's not up to you. And unless you are actually, yeah, the creator of all things, you're a masculine, then I suggest leave me be in peace. Because if you can't help me, just please get out of my way. So you want to put the scrutiny, rock and roll, and you want to say all this stuff and all these drugs and all this shit, and you think that for some reason there wouldn't be like hidden consequences. You guys just pay lawyers to whitewash, but it just never really goes away. Okay? So now a lot of your crap is gonna get spewed out in the public. And we'll just see if any names need to be removed from Hollywood Walk of Fame and or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Maybe a couple other places. Yeah, I got the balls to do it. Well, she's got big balls, and he's got big balls. But